because I am being lazy and not getting up right now. um, it's hard to find the energy and the motivation at this very moment, but I will in a few minutes. Last week ended like a complete shit show, and I was a hot mess, but survived. To do better for me, and you guys definitely deserve to see better. So here we are redoing the intro before my morning workout. This last week has been kind of a shit show. Well, at least the end of it was. We went to the heart surgeon for my husband, where we thought we were going to go. They were going to look at everything, say, yep, you need bypass, let's schedule that. Well, friends, this is the day I've been waiting for. We're in the elevator getting ready to go up to see the allergist, to see what the heck keeps sending me to the ER. So hopefully we get some answers today and it doesn't take weeks and weeks more, because I would like to live with some freedom. So here we go. Let's see what happens.
Floor 6.
There we go. So currently we've done the 52 pokes on the back. I'm trying to see what is going on, because first we're going to check for food allergies, and then they also talked about possibly doing blood work to check something internal. So we'll see. Right now I do have quite the itch on this arm in the back, but he can't scratch them. They gotta check them. So we'll just wait. But it is pretty itchy, whatever that one is. So let's just wait and see what our results of the poke test are. Okay, so nothing major came back on the poke test. So we had to come up and do labs, see if it's something internal. It's a little bit discouraging, but they said I could eat how I want to, so that's nice, but still, I hope the lab work at least says something, because I need to know so I can avoid or fix or whatever I need to do. So now we wait a few more days to find out about my lab work. Hi friends, welcome back to the Raven's Nest. For those of you here for the first time, my name is Raven, and I am on a journey to lose over 100 pounds. And boy, has it been a while since I uploaded. And these past several weeks have been quite the journey. So let's just talk about it a little bit and give you just a little update on my life. First, we can just start with the allergy stuff. I did see the allergist, I did the poke test, I did the blood test, and basically the allergist had said nothing has come back. Start taking Allegra every morning and see if it happens again, which is not very helpful. Basically, that puts it down to idiopathic anaphylaxis, which means it can happen anytime, anywhere, for no reason, meaning no trigger whatsoever. So that's not very fun. But when I did recently go back and see my general doctor, she agreed that that was not very helpful, but also mentioned that some hormone imbalances can cause these things. So like if there's a sudden hormone dump, my body can attack it in such a way that it creates that. So she did take some blood, and I'm waiting for that to come back to see if maybe there is a hormone imbalance that's maybe causing this. So we'll see. I would like some answer instead of no answer. But for now, you know, I have to carry around my EpiPens, my Benadryl, I have to wear my special bracelet in case I'm unresponsive, so people know to give me an EpiPen. I have not had another reaction, just the two, one in February, one in April. I'm hoping for no more because it is definitely not fun. Previously I talked about how my husband was needing a bypass surgery. We did go and talk with the heart surgeon, who originally was not even sure if he would be able to survive bypass surgery. So he had to do a whole bunch of testing. So this past several weeks has been a lot of time going to and from the hospital and imaging centers and things so that he could do all these tests to see if he could successfully go through a bypass surgery. Plus, he's been having some memory problems, so they needed to check on his brain and see if there was anything happening there. So he got a clean brain scan. There's no growths, no bleeding, anything like that, but he has some mild ischemia, which is like restriction of the cells in the brain, and they have no idea why. But all the other tests came back as clear. Physically, he can do the bypass surgery fine, but it comes down to the fact that he will have to be on a heart and lung machine, and this, no matter what, automatically has an impact on the memory. And what she came back and said was a couple things can happen. It can have an impact, but he won't notice. He'll stay exactly the same. It can have an impact and his memory will get worse, but then get better. And it will have an impact, get worse, and stay worse. So he had to mull that over and think about that and decide what he wanted to do. And he went ahead and decided, there's the kid. He went ahead and decided that he was going to do it. So we are set up to do that next week. We're going to be heading into that journey. Also, in the midst of all of this, the gal at work moved on to a different position, and it was just a natural progression for me to move into that position. So I'm also learning more that new position while all of this is going on. So life has just been kind of like, whew. The hardest part was coming to terms with what my husband needed. The first thing the doctor said was, if you do nothing, you will have a heart attack and you will die. And it could be 12 weeks or it could be 12 months, but you will die. And that was a really hard pill to swallow. And then it was, if you don't have surgery, you can have stents, but that may only elongate your life for 8 years. And in a couple of years, you'll have to come back and re-stent anyway. So that was really hard. So I'm really glad that he chose the surgery route. He did say it was the smartest route, but I had a hard time emotionally going through this. I will not lie. I had a couple of days where I did some binge drinking and a couple of days where I did binge eating. They weren't back to back, but I did it. They weren't smart decisions, but they were decisions that I made. But now we are trying to just be back on track with being healthy and being me. I've kept up with spinning. I've been trying to keep up with this 9-week control freak that I've been trying to do with my sister. Sometimes it's really hard to find that extra moment to get in a workout, though, with all the running around and craziness that's been happening. But I feel like life is getting ready to start settling down, even though I'm going to be after next week taking care of my husband, you know, as he heals from his open heart surgery, I still feel like life is going to start calming down and things are going to start getting a little easier. So that's good. Also, when I went and visited my doctor, I told her about my frustration with my weight and just that I really just desired to lose a bunch of weight. And she talked to me about how genetically I am built so that if I eat any types of fast-burning fuels, such as rices, breads, sugars, starches, things like that, my body will automatically burn those fast-burning fuels and not burn any stored fat. And then she said my brain is wired so that if I have any of those fast-burning fuels, it automatically triggers the hunger for more of those particular items, which causes my food addiction or binge triggers. And so she suggested that I have a lot more protein, use vegetables and fruits as my carb source, and stay away from all of those other things, the rice, breads, sugars, things like that. Now, as she also said, don't worry so much right now about counting my calories. Definitely don't pull back on any of my exercise. Just change that food. So like, instead of having my egg and cup of rice for breakfast, have egg, couple pieces of bacon, and some vegetable for my breakfast, and that will help my body to burn more stored fat because it has nothing else to burn. I went to a couple of trainers that I highly respect. Michelle McDaniel from My Thoughts Will Probably Offend You, and Melissa from Fit Girls Rock. And I told them what the doctor said, just to get each of their opinions, because I highly, highly, highly respect them, and I wanted to know what they thought. I took their opinions into consideration and thought about everything that they told me, thought about what the doctor told me, and I've come to the conclusion that I will be having those fast-burning fuels in extreme moderation, but not completely knocking them out. I will still be counting the calories, but I will be eating more of the fruit and veggies as that carb. But like, I will have some rice. Like, it can be a steak and a veggie and a fruit and some rice, but instead of a cup of rice, half a cup of rice, you know, something like that. And maybe this is a light bulb that should have already gone off, I don't know, but we're gonna work on that and see how that works. Needless to say, I've kind of just been staying the same in my weight. I haven't lost anything, but I also haven't gained, so that's good. And that's just kind of where I'm at now. I'm hoping as things calm down, I will get back into filming more regularly, posting more regularly, and having a lot more things to share with you guys. It may not be till after next week, after my husband's surgery, but I really think that life is going to start turning around and things are going to start evening out so that I can share with you guys. I miss you guys so much, and I love you guys, and I'm grateful that you are here and you were holding out and waiting for me. And thank you guys, all of you who checked in on me and sent me messages and just wondered where I was and prayed for me and just, you know, let me know that you were thinking of me. I thank you guys so much. You guys all mean the world to me. I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for all of you. And I thank you so, so very much from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to get back into this at a more consistent pace because I really do miss it. Doing this really does make me happy. All right, I better get going and check in on the family. Remember to take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Love yourselves. Love each other. Remember, I care for you, so you should care for you. And until next time, guys, thank you so very much for blessing me with a visit to the nest.